I jumped on the track, wrote to it or whatever, went down to Jay Styles, recorded it, killing him with the harmonies on this track. Yo, the pride jumped on this, sent it back to Brian. Brian like, oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
Welcome everybody to Life Untold. I am your host, Paris Harrington, and today we have R&B singer Ed Brown. How you doing today, brother?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm good, man. Life is
Yeah,
lifing, so that's a good
that's
thing.
right.
So
That's a
how's
good thing.
everything
That's a
treating
good
you?
thing.
Where you at right now?
I'm actually in Texas right now.
Okay.
At an Airbnb, just trying to make some moves. Well, I am making the moves. Just getting out here promoting this new record, new single, new video, the whole nine. So happy to be here with you. Definitely.
Okay, awesome. So we're gonna go ahead and get started, brother. So can you tell us a little bit about your upbringing, man? Like I see that you grew up in I don't know how to butcher it, Hickory, North Carolina.
Hickory, yeah,
Is
yeah,
that where
yeah,
you were
Hickory.
from originally? Is that where you were born?
Well, actually, I'm a military brat. I was born in Frankfurt, Germany. My dad was in the army, and
Okay.
then ended up coming to North Carolina. Long story short, very
Yeah.
short. Mom had a job offer in North Carolina, so that got me to North Carolina.
Okay. And and when you think about North Carolina, we know you're in the R&B scene now. What was that influence growing up? You know, now that we know that you were born in Germany, came to North Carolina, what kind of influence do you feel like that had on you in the music game?
Actually, it had a lot, quite a bit. I know uh, so a couple people from North Carolina, which is not Sunshine Anderson, Horace Brown, who I did a song with on an album when I first started taking it really, really serious. But also the church had an influence on me too. So you hear a lot of R&B artists, and I'm one to really witness that the church does have an influence R&B singing because you get the feeling in there, the emotions, the whole nine, and bringing it to you as Ed Brown does.
Oh yeah.
You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I can definitely see that. I think about how in church a lot of people, you feel the emotion, you feel the words they're saying. So I can definitely see how that bleeds over into the R&B scene. So coming
Mhm.
back with Ed Brown, do you remember the first time that you started singing? The first time you picked up that mic and was like, "Yo, I think I got something here."
Yeah, actually, I was it's crazy that you asked that. I was actually living in Live Oak, Florida, and not a lot of people know where Live Oak, Florida is.
Yeah.
But anyway, my aunt was in the choir. She was actually the pianist for the choir. I forgot the name of the church though, but I would go to church with her and of course be in the choir. So she asked me to lead a song. A couple of young ladies who were friends of mine. I was like in high school, and I started singing. And quite a few of the young ladies who were friends of mine said, "Oh, he can sing. Oh, he can sing." You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
So that was a beautiful thing. So that really gave me some confidence right there too, though, at a young age. So from there, I just kept on doing it, kept on doing it, kept on doing it, trying to hone in on my skills, writing, because I was writing at the time too, though. So writing on R&B, trying to hit certain notes, making sure that the notes were correct when I did hit them, of course. I reflect on that from time to time, and it really helps me out with confidence too. Just the fact that you're able to, for a person, R&B artist, was able to witness people respond to the vocals as well as the music and the writing.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much my remembrance of that.
Okay. Now, do you remember the exact song? I know some people is embedded in them.
That song was "Don't Look Down on a Man." I do believe, unless
Okay.
you're picking him up. It's
Hey,
like,
come on. I
yeah.
was gonna ask you, like, has it improved throughout the time? Do you catch yourself like, yo, I remember that song and I'm gonna improve it throughout the years? Or
You know what? I need to improve that song. I mean, for me as a person singing it, I haven't sung that at all since then. But I do remember that song though, and I do have some family members, some aunts, always hitting me in text message. You need to be singing a gospel song to add into it with your repertoire. You need
yeah,
to do this right here. Maybe I will come around to doing that though. I wouldn't mind doing that.
Yeah.
But I got right now, I just feel like I have a lot on my plate, which I
Yeah.
thank God because, as they say, don't complain about having a lot on your plate because you eating.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I always say, man, you at one point in your life, you wish you were at this point. And a lot of
Hmm.
people, we get so caught up in what's going on here, what's going on there, and you think back 5 years ago, you like, man, I wish to be at this point. And now I'm
Right.
just, but as humans, we always want.
Right.
So one of the big things, one for the money, Horace Brown. You met him early
Hmm.
in your career.
Hmm.
What impact do you feel like that experience had on your career?
A lot of impact. I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of impact. I actually, for some history, I had a friend. I still have a friend. His name's Andre Ramsor, and he knew Horace before I did, which is how I got to know Horace through him. So Andre, call him Dre would be in the studio, always hit me up because he's from Hickory also.
Mm-hmm.
So he would have me in the studio with him singing certain parts of a song. Then he started letting me sing the second verse to a song, even writing with him on songs. So then he had been doing this before I was, even though he's a couple of years younger than me. So he actually had told me at one point in time that he knew this guy named Horace or whatever, just got signed to Uptown MCA, along with Jodeci, Mary J. Blige, Father MC, who else had Heavy D, Puffy, the whole nine.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, all right, whatever, man. So he said, all right. So anyway, he ended up arranging a trip to go to Charlotte, which is like an hour away from here. Went down there. Well, first he showed me Uptown had a MTV had a Uptown Unplugged, and he showed Horace to me on there, and I was like, all right, all right. Went to Charlotte a few weeks later, knocked on the door at the house. Here comes Horace out the door. I'm like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? All right, all right. So that really, really influenced me a lot to know that I was able to meet a person. That's not every day you get to meet somebody who has a record deal like that.
Yeah.
I was young. I was young. I was in my 20s though, but that's when I took it serious though. So
Yeah.
after that, it just helped me dial in. I
Yeah.
dialed in after that. So I don't
Oh
want to
yeah.
go into too much about that, but yeah, that was a good moment, a real good moment in my life though. Turned me around. I mean, to let me see that this is something I could do also, which Horace encouraged that anyway, and so did Dre. So
Yeah.
that really helped me out a lot, man. Yeah.
Now, did you feel like before you met him, were you taking it serious? Were you just like, I'm gonna do this part time? I got some other stuff I'm doing that wasn't music. Was that the point that you were like, is like, hey, I'm in this for the long haul?
Yeah, yeah. I felt like I was taking it serious, but when I met him, up until that time, I thought I was taking it serious. But when I met him, and Dre kept me singing, I really took it serious.
Yeah,
That
you
made me
locked
step the
in.
game, but yeah, I locked
Yeah.
in I had to move the needle on them. You know what I'm
Oh yeah.
saying?
A lot of
I
people
locked
think they're
in.
locked in until they see somebody else that's like, you like, man, I thought I
Exactly.
was doing it. This person
Yes.
is in there.
Doing
You
it.
know what I mean?
Is doing it. Doing it
Yeah.
at another
Facts. Facts.
degree. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
So yeah.
And
It's
and that
nice.
wasn't the only thing that you ended up doing. You ended up meeting a guy by the name of Stevie Gray.
No, you
Gray
good.
Storm.
You good. You good. You good.
How did that come about? How did y'all end up meeting in that circumstance?
Man, when I hear during this conversation that and you've done your homework, which I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But just to hear somebody say it, such as yourself and whoever may come to me and talk to me that they've seen something that I've done or heard something that I've done, and I appreciate everything that I have done. Steve, I was lucky enough. I have some people I'm kin to people in New York, Florida, everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So I have a cousin out of New York, and he knew that I was putting together a project. At first, it was going to be like a 3-song EP. So my cousin Michael Nelson is his name. So he hit me up and told me that he wanted me to meet somebody, and so he sent me some information on Steve. So I'm doing my homework on Steve also. Steve was a dope singer, songwriter, producer. He's dope, man. So my cousin had sent me the information, YouTube stuff like that, and he lived in Florida. So I actually connected with Steve through my cousin. Went down to Florida. Steve had sent me some tracks or whatever. One of them I jumped on like, yo, that's hot right there. Because he asked what kind of flavor was I looking for. I
Yeah.
told him whatever. So then he sent it to me, And I wrote to it, of course, jumped in the rental car. A few weeks later, drove to Florida, put it down. And that actually turned into me doing an album with Steve. He produced maybe, I want to say 4 or 5 joints on there. So that opened up some doors right there, too. That was a good feeling. Definitely.
Yeah, because y'all ended up doing a big collaboration on your
Hmm.
2018 album, One More Season.
Hmm.
And can you give us some insight? I know you said you got in the car, you went down there, y'all started collabing. Was this an extension of what you were already trying to do and meeting him?
Yeah.
Was it that you were like inspired to do more, or is it just like, hey, the idea was thrown out there and we ran with it?
I think it inspired me to do more because seeing what he had, production wise, lyrically wise, it just ended up turning into be an album. He actually had ended up getting a production deal. All right. So we were on I think it was Universal independent label though. So we got on that. He told me that everything's looking good. Da 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 da. So that ended up inspiring the album to get done also. So everything just it was just coming together like a puzzle, really. Everything was working. I'm happy. That's how that song uh, that Horace and myself did, and I appreciate Horace for doing that record with me on that album.
Oh,
I want to say who else's name on that album, right? I want to say that, right?
oh yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah, Jay Styles from
oh yeah.
Blackstreet.
Hey,
Yeah,
come
yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so tell me about it though. So you work with Jay Styles on that album?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Yeah, he actually produced the song that Horace and myself did
okay,
on that album. He produced that joint, and I think I was doing, if I'm not mistaken, I think he did like 2 joints on that album right before uh I connected with Steve, if I'm not mistaken.
hey,
Yeah,
come on.
yeah, yeah, man. So that album was very fun. It was a fun time. It was some hard work in there though. I had to sacrifice some time
Oh yeah,
to do
I can.
that. Yeah, but Jay Styles, he got on that album. Um, and I think he did some backgrounds on there also. So he's always willing to help me out, even to this day. Help me out on things that he think I might need vocally. Yeah, you should probably try this right here. If I like it, I like it. If you don't, if I don't, he'd be like, yeah, I got you. We won't even do that part like that. And so he's actually been uh, 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 a tool to use when it comes to my recording processes, for real. Got to give him props on that, though.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
that brings us to another question that I have, which is, walk me through your creative process. Like when Ye gets in the studio or he's sitting down at the Airbnb and he's like, hey,
Mhm.
writing comes in my head, productions comes in my head. How does that process work for you? Is it a certain way or is it different every single time?
I think it comes different every single time. Now, if I'm in the studio, which is where I record, is at J Styles. I did a lot of production over there up under him. But the process, I'll get a track from somebody. If I like it, I jump on it, go ahead and write to it. Maybe I'm driving to work because I work a 9 to 5 too though. So driving around town or the weekend or sitting in my vehicle just vibing to something that somebody sent me and I just come up with the words like that though. Usually it's the chorus first because
Mhm.
if I do the chorus first, that's gonna open up the door to my lead vocals.
Mhm.
That way I know where to take the vocals, the verses, where to take it because it's gonna lead right into the chorus. So I used to do the chorus first though.
And that's good because I know it's a lot of people out there, striving to possibly get into the R&B game or just the music industry, and hearing other people methods of how they get these words to stick to these tracks or these instrumentals is very detrimental in today, especially being an artist coming up. So, with you being a independent music artist, what kind of challenges have you had to overcome that you feel like that you wouldn't have to overcome being signed to a label?
What kind of challenge would I had to overcome? I think it's the challenge of just being sure you know where you want to go directional wise and making sure that you're confident in what you're putting out because confidence plays a whole lot in this game. You have to be sure, and if you're not sure, you definitely want to have somebody who can guide you along the way, which I've been fortunate with that too.
Yeah.
rather than being signed to a label. You hear bad things about labels all the time, which I know some good things come with the label also. I mean, so I can't just really bash a label, even though I'm not on a label and I'm better off not being on a label.
Yeah.
Uh, just for the stories I've heard and like from reliable sources. Just the challenge of making sure this is what you want to do, making sure you can pull this thing off like you need to, and having that person that's going to really give you positive insight, constructive criticism. Because a
Yeah.
lot of people will tell you, uh, yeah, just go ahead and do that, and that's not what you need to be doing. Really, you need to have somebody really tell you what it is or what it
Yeah.
is not that you should be doing or should not be doing.
Yeah, and I'm a big fan of rapper Ti. I heard him on an interview, and he told somebody, I think it was 21 Savage,
Hmm.
and 21 Savage came to him and said, "Hey man, you know what? Man, can you sign me right now, Ti? Can you sign me right now?" And he's
I
like,
saw
"No."
that.
Yeah, he's like, "I can't sign you because then I'm gonna have to charge you 6 times
Yeah,
more than what
yeah,
I'm gonna give you. I give you 1 million, you're gonna have to pay me back 16 million, and I don't want to do that."
exactly.
So I definitely understand why a lot of artists are going that independent route. Might be a little bit harder, might be little bit longer in the process, but
Hmm.
not everyone is blessed with that opportunity to get to that label, and then the label does the right thing. And that's one of the biggest
Right.
things that, especially being either a young person or a person that's new to the game of R&B and the music industry, you never know if, like, is there defined writing? Is this too good to be true? Not about
Hmm.
everybody has the opportunity to drop a number one album and then it just blows up and you make millions.
Hmm. Hmm.
So with that being said, a most memorable moment in your music career, do you have one? What does that look like so far for Ed?
I have a few. I have to mention Horace again. Even Sunshine Anderson, almost like a chain of events.
Yeah.
you know, through Horace, I met Sunshine. I hung out with them two, chilled around Mr. Cheeks from the Lost Boys. Through that, I was in Charlotte hanging around. The other guy, what's his name? Maria. What's that cat? Product GMB. So I just those are all memorable moments to me, surreal moments. So man, just like the guy right now that produced who I'm rocking with, Brian Turner. Let me bring him in on this conversation too because he's done a lot for me already. We tried to put something together a few years ago because I had some friends that he was related to, and I reached out to him and we tried to get something together at that time. I can't really remember what happened, but this year right here, out of nowhere, he sends me a track, and I'm like, what? Oh, okay, Brian. All right.
Yeah.
So I jumped on the track, wrote to it or whatever, went down to Jay Styles, recorded it, killing them with the harmonies on this track. You're the prize. Let me go and say that right now. The new joint is You're the prize. Jumped on there, sent it back to Brian. Brian like, oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Now
So, you know,
you said that you the latest single, which is "You're the Prize."
hmm
Do you feel like that Mr. Brian Turner has always kept you on the burner? Like I know something is he's right for the right song, and then out of nowhere it just clicked. Cause what was the motivation behind it? Was it just random, or have you asked him yet? Have you said, "Hey, what made you send this to me?"
I haven't really gone into a discussion with him about that. If
Okay.
I did, I can't really remember. But he would always show me love on social media and
Uh
me
huh.
giving him love in return, liking stuff he posting or whatever. And I guess he was making sure that I fit in where he needed me to fit in at.
Mm-hmm.
Let me say it like that because this time when he sent me the joint, it was just almost, I want to say it was pretty much like meant to be. So
Yeah.
I think he wanted to, and he's a strong producer too. He's a writer too. He don't like me to say it, but he can sing too though. Yeah, so
Yeah.
he's talented too though. But I don't want to say he put me on a burner. I just think he just wanted to make sure that I fit the part.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I
And
say
that's
it
and
like
that's a good thing because I mean on the track, it's talking about some it's some talking about the ladies. It's
that.
a motivational. It's very
Hmm.
specific oriented.
Hmm.
So, what kind of vibe is it that you were hoping to for people to take from this song?
Um, nice, new but old school type of R&B feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Because I hear and see people on social media always talking about, R&B. We need to bring back that old school R&B. We miss R&B. Well, I'm giving it to you. Ed Brown gonna give it to you. Ed Brown is that guy that's gonna make you remember. Ed Brown is that guy that's gonna influence you to put those emotions in there and tell a person how you feel.
Yeah.
And tell her you love her. Ain't nothing wrong
Yeah.
with that. And
Come
let's
on.
not get away from that.
And you said something very powerful right then. So a big conversation going on in the world right now. Do you feel R&B is dead?
And I'm not gonna lie. At one point, I thought that it was not actually dead, but dying out. Uh, but I think it is turning around for the good. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because people don't want to hear all of the other stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Let's hear something. Let's hear something that speaks to you, or that speaks to me. I love to go down the road. I'm hearing a song on the radio, and it speaks to me. It doesn't always have to be about love. It could just be about influence, positive influence. Whether anybody wants to admit it or not, music is an influence. So
Yeah.
hopefully, when you're being influenced in the right direction. Which is what I give Ed Brown, right along with
Great.
Brian Turner. Yeah.
So when we talk about Ed, who mentors the mentor? You out here showing love, mentoring people. Who is the person that has inspired Ed? Are there any R&B artists out there that are like, hey, this is who Ed listened to? It, is it like Trey Songz? Is it Vito? Is it,
You know what? Vito's dope.
hey, come
Vito's
on.
dope. When I hear that guy and the way his pen game is really really nice. It's a singer too though.
Oh yeah,
Vito's dope.
yeah, yeah,
Vito's dope. Um, but and he inspires me too because you always want to come right with the lyrics because people are listening, especially ladies. If I let and I've let a few ladies hear my music, the first thing they say is, oh, "Okay, I hear what you're saying. I hear you,"
yeah.
and that's a good thing because
Oh
they
yeah.
pay attention. They pay attention. But the influences, of course, Stevie Wonder, Sam Cooke, uh, Donny Hathaway, Jodeci, my man Horace Brown.
Yeah.
It's Dre,
Come
my
on,
friend
Sugar
Dre.
Dre. Come
These
on.
jokers are dope, man. I've been around, like I said, some dope jokers, man. Some dope jokers, and that has influenced me to get just as dope as they are. But I'm gonna give you another surreal moment that I experienced. I got quite a few, man, but I'm gonna give this last one right.
Oh yeah. Let me hear. Let me hear. I'm ready.
So I have a friend, Brian Donovan. I got two good friends, Brian Donovan, Brian Turner.
Yeah.
But my friend Brian Donovan had put together a. This is how I met Styles, Jay Styles, Blackstreet. So my friend Brian Donovan had put together a meeting, which at the time Teddy Riley from Guy, of course, Blackstreet,
hmm
he had a manager, and me, Jay Styles, and a couple other guys rode down in Raleigh, North Carolina, and to meet uh, the guy's manager. When we got there, was one cat, uh, rest in peace. His name was Diesel, and this joke was in the group Basic Black a long time ago. I can't remember the name of the song though, but that was a surreal moment too because when we got there, I didn't realize who he was until he said who he was, and
hmm
then I'm like, oh snap! So it was a lot of moments like that inspires me to keep on coming with it, because everybody doesn't get those opportunities like that. Even
Yeah.
though at the time I didn't know who he was, but when I found out who he was, I just couldn't believe that we were in a situation where we standing in front of this dude showing our vocal skills. And from that, now I'm gonna give Jay Styles props too. From that, Jay Styles ended up getting with Blackstreet.
Mm.
And I'm taller than Jay Styles. We joke about this all the time, but Jay Styles, like I said, I'm taller than him, so I didn't fit Blackstreet anyway
Yeah.
because I'm too tall.
Hey, come on. Height didn't hurt
So
you.
yeah, yeah, the height hurt me. Yeah, but it's all good because I'm still friends with Jay Styles. He's doing his thing. I'm doing my thing. I can always reach out to him for encouragement.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Okay.
enough of my surreal moments right there. I'm good.
Hey,
I'm
and,
good.
and we love to hear it because a lot of people don't understand. You know, we have surreal moments in other jobs. I could tell you from a security point of view. I mean, I've
Hmm.
been with President Barack Obama, Anthony
Mm,
Davis, Kyrie
mm,
Irving, Dirk Nowitzki, all
mm,
these different people. So those are surreal moments to you. So to hear some of the different experience when it comes to the R&B scene is,
mm-hmm,
hey, I know a lot of people out there are gonna love to hear about that. So
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
when we think about just R&B, we've heard about the gospel side. Is there any other genre that kind of influences Ed's Brown, style or the type of music? Do you draw anything from other genres of music?
Yeah, I listen to country music too, though. I don't do anything not yet. Probably end up going doing some
Yeah.
country, well, at
Oh
least
yeah.
R&B flavor type country. I don't know,
Hey, come on.
but I listen to different genres: rock, uh, country, pop. Pop is doing this thing right now too, though. I can't overlook any of those genres because I'm listening to everything. And Brian Turner is one that has told me you need to listen to everything.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So I definitely take that into consideration and learn from people who have done things that I have not done yet. So, and he has. So thank God I was able to have him as a friend in my corner right there. Yep.
And I definitely understand where you're coming from, especially drawing inspiration from all genres of music because I do some TV show writing and
Hmm.
people always ask me, where do you get these scenes from in your head? How do
Hmm.
you get these scenes to work so well? And I'm like,
Hmm.
I'll be riding down the road and I'll hear a Miley Cyrus song, Wrecking
Hmm.
Ball, and then it
Hmm.
automatically makes me think like high school girl going through drama. You hit me like
Hmm.
a wrecking ball. She walking down the hall. She sees a girl talking to her boyfriend, and
Hmm.
then he touches her shoulder. She gets emotional. So I always
Hmm.
say I draw inspiration as well from music. Music is one of those things where I just hear a song, I throw it on the playlist, and then when I get that pen and paper in my hand, I just
Hmm.
play songs and I'm like, yo, I think I can do something with this. So
Hmm.
we look a little bit deeper into Ed
Hmm.
collaborating with artists.
Hmm.
Living, dead, who would that be? Who is the person where Ed's like, I really want to do a collaboration with this person? We'll start with the living and then we could go dead if you like.
I always would like to have done a song with Lil Mo
Okay.
from Atlanta. I think she is one of the dopest female singing artists that I want to say she's underestimated, even though I know she had a nice run and she's still doing a thing. Gotta be. I just think that she's really, really a dope artist. Who else would it be? Uh, of course, I said Jodeci, KC. He's definitely. I'd do a song with him anytime.
Yeah, yeah, come on.
um, uh, Stevie, of course. I mean, I got to do some work to get to him though,
Yeah,
because
well, hey,
he ain't gonna say, "Yeah, I heard you looking for me. Let's do a song." No, I know
yeah,
I got to work up to that one. But dead, I would think, uh, I would say Donny Hathaway,
yeah,
and as well as Sam Cooke. It's just so many, man.
yeah.
Uh, even Luther Vandross, Marvin Gaye.
Come on.
Come on, man.
Hey, hey,
These dudes are dope, word, and music still hitting you, and they ain't even here.
yeah.
So they left a legacy.
I mean, we see so many samples of songs, and
Mm,
I know a lot of these people that are getting sampled. They're probably because of the time we're in now. A lot of people are getting paid more off of their samples than they did on the music back in the day.
I
That's just
know.
showing how much groundwork a lot of these older R&B, older rappers have set
Yep.
so that they
That's
could set their future generations up. So when we look at it from that angle, is there anybody in the young crowd? Like I know we got a lot of different kind of R&B coming around now. A lot of the young
yeah.
people getting into it. Is there any young up and coming artists that you see and you're like, man, you know what? I can see myself collabing with them.
Yeah, I see some. Hickory, North Carolina has some artists. They're dope too. I see them on the move. They're rising up the same way I'm doing. Still, I'm still growing. So, and of course, I have social media. So I see people on TikTok that's young. It's a lot of vocalists these days. A long time ago, you really, or not me, I really didn't see or know of that many people R&B that were really out here getting those vocal skills in like that.
Yeah.
And now social media has opened up the door for a lot of people, a lot. which everybody knows that. So it really, which is another tool, it really helps. Because as I'm scrolling through it, something like, yo, this joke is dope. I got a nephew that sends me videos all the time, and he got his ear to the streets about who's dope. So he sends it to me. I'm like, yo, that dude is dope.
Yeah.
So I don't mind working with anybody. Just got to be dope though, because I'm
Oh
trying to
yeah.
come. I'm trying to come with it.
Oh
So
yeah,
yeah.
and I know it's. I tell a lot of people. People ask me all the time when we're talking about just the different things that I'm doing. It's kind of hard nowadays, especially when you hold yourself to a high standard.
Hmm.
You don't. It's not that you're a knock on anybody out there that's
Hmm.
trying to come R&B, but when you see someone that's not putting in the effort or not putting in the work, and you know the kind of effort and work that you're putting in yourself, it kind of deters you away from certain artists and different things like that. But
Hmm.
when we look at it from Ed's point of view, what is success looking like for an R&B artist in the coming years for Ed?
Which direction? Like, I know you're saying success, but it's a lot of it's a few different areas of success. You can have mental success, but you never, as long as you know that you're doing something, is success to a degree.
Yeah. I'll challenge you on that, and I'm glad that you said it. That just shows kind of like your forward thinking process. My definition of success and your definition and somebody else up the street definition of success with the
Hmm.
values that Ed have and the goals that you have that you're trying to go and accomplish, what does that success look like for Ed?
Just to be able to sustain, make sure that my family, the people who I'm connected to, are living a good life. We're not out here trying to boast and brag, even though we all are confident in what we're doing. But just having the success, a lot of it to me is my mind frame because we all have to move forward. I know I have to move forward. I just want to live good where being comfortable is always a good thing to be,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't want to be complacent.
Yeah.
So that makes me keep on doing things that need to be done to ensure that I have success. Okay, which is definitely like staying independent, unless the contract's right.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
it comes down to a deal. But just making sure that my family is doing well. We doing this as it starts off as a hobby, but it ends up being a job, really, because we got to make sure that we're doing what needs to be done to get us to the next level, which also requires a certain amount of vision and focus. So that's my thing about having success. I'm not about it would be nice to be a billionaire, a millionaire, thousandaire.
Yeah.
Just being able to do what I want to do in life without any and making proper decisions. So that's my vision on success for Ed Brown.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I definitely understand where you're coming from on that because I tell people the goal is to be able to not have to worry about the everyday things, car
Hmm.
notes and houses and maybe
Hmm.
take care of the moms and a couple of the
Hmm.
relatives and ultimately be able to just say, hey, if I see something I want to do, I'm not asking to go and buy an island, but
That's right.
hey, if I see a vacation and I want to take it, hey,
That's why I want to
I
take
can
it. Yeah.
exactly, I can afford to take it, and I
Yeah. Yeah.
guarantee pushing forward in that. So you made a very valid point with this as well. How does Ed look at mental health when in the R&B game? How do you deal with stress? Do you dive more into the music, or do you say, hey, let me step away from it all and do something else?
Dealing with stress, believe it or not, I try not to even deal with stress. I try not to even think about stress because stress will have you stressed out.
Yeah.
And it confuse you too. But if I do feel stressed to some degree, I will put on a nice joint, a record or whatever.
Now, do you put on your own joint?
Nah, somebody else.
Okay.
I love my music, but I'm not so much into Ed Brown where Ed Brown is the you can't tell me nothing. You know what I'm saying?
And this is somebody else from time to time, though. Hey, come
Yeah,
on.
yeah. There's somebody can say it better than I can sometimes. So I give props for props to do, but I actually try not to stress a lot, man. Because that'll put gray hairs on you too. Live shorter, the whole nine. I'm not interested in living short. I'm interested in living longer.
Hey, I need to take some lessons out your book because I got these grades starting to come in. I'm like, man, maybe it is stress. Hey, come
No,
on.
no. That's just a little bit of that, just life.
Hey, yeah, right, right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I
So,
had some in here somewhere. I got some in here somewhere. Let me see. I probably got some in here somewhere.
hey, they coming
Gotta
in,
find
right?
them though. Yeah, they come in a little bit.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with it.
Yeah,
Ain't nothing wrong with it. So,
yeah.
when we look at it, the way that the R&B music is going, how do you see yourself fitting in the future? Do you see yourself being more of on the outer skirts of R&B, being like, hey, Ed has his own style, he fits in his own category? We look at some of the predominantly known R&B artists, and there's just certain people out there that when we talk about R&B, is it dying out or is it not? You think of people like Jacquees, you think about people like the up and coming artist out of Mississippi, Akeem Ali. You think about a guy out of Mississippi named Silas. Trey Songz. That R&B where it's like the ladies they call them the panty droppers, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
do you see yourself being just in that crowd of R&B, or do you see yourself fitting in a different category?
A little bit of both, but for the most part, I think I see myself being in my own category because I'm giving them. Ed Brown's giving them something they've been missing, which is that flavor and the experience. And you mentioned Jacquees, so Jacquees is dope. That's one another artist I wouldn't mind working with. I think he's underrated,
Oh yeah,
but he's still dope though. He's still dope. Let me say
I was
that.
listening to Chris Brown talk the other day. He said, "Hey, Jacquees, he got it. He the king of R&B."
Yeah, he dope though. Yeah, he dope
Hey,
though.
come on.
And everybody know Chris Brown though.
Hey, hey, that man, hey, he right there. I think he getting on that what they call it, the mountain. Hey,
Hmm.
he gonna be on that mountain I think he might be already on there. I
Yeah, I
can
think he might
only,
be already on that.
yeah, he definitely took over a decade. So, but you said you see yourself being in your own
Yeah,
category.
yeah. My own lane. Right now I'm in my own lane. Because I
Yeah.
don't hear anybody doing it the way that I'm doing it, which is giving you the experience, as I said, who Ed Brown is, giving you that flavor. Just like dope when you're fiending, you're gonna look for Ed Brown.
Come on.
Let me give you exactly what you need before you know you need it.
Hey, come
So
on.
yeah, and that song, The Prize, they need to hear that. There's some dudes out here that's the prize too. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, who they are. You know what I'm saying? There's
Yeah.
some good dudes out here waiting to do some special things for women. When the women gotta look at the dudes, it's a lot of women that I see that they're winners and they don't even think they're winning, but they're trying to win
Oh
and
yeah.
they are winning. That's why I make sure I tell them every chance I get you the prize, just
Oh yeah.
for the encouragement. So my own lane is where I want to be at because I'm delivering something that we're getting away from to a degree, which is that true R&B.
Yeah.
Even though I feel it's coming back, but I'm sure gonna help open the door to where R&B is ushering in again through the door.
And
Just give me
I
just.
gave the song that you got, "You're the Prize," a listen quite a
Hmm.
few times
Hmm.
prior to this, and it's giving me the vibes. You got it by
Hmm.
Vito. It's giving that
Yeah.
independent. It's giving that, hey, I got.
Hmm.
You can stand on your own 2 feet. You got this. You
Hmm.
are that prize, and I
Hmm.
can see it being that anthem and being pushed the
Hmm.
correct way. So I definitely want to give you a your kudos for that because
I
it's not a
appreciate
lot of
that.
songs you can compare to how he did that song, and it just
Right.
took off because so many people could resonate with it. So many
Right.
people understood the words. The
Right.
words hit home very,
Hmm.
very quick. So
Hmm.
definitely
And
with that. So
let me say this right here. We're back on the prize. Visuals are dropping soon. We shot the video. It actually should be up in about a day or so. So
okay,
yeah, we got me and Brian got a little surprise for everybody. Uh, that's accommodating the video coming
hey,
right
come on,
behind it. It was something else. So,
hey,
but yeah, the visuals are really lovely, man. Let me give my guy a crucifix. He's the videographer that I deal with. I rock with. Met him through Jay Styles.
mhm. Hey, come
So
on,
yeah, man, he really did the visuals
okay.
good, good. It's definitely great.
Hey,
Yeah.
awesome, awesome. So when we look at it from Ed's view,
Hmm.
connecting with fans, how do you do that? Are you just social media? Do you do meet and greets? What is that like for Ed?
I haven't done meet and greets yet. That's a good thing that you brought that up because I need to get into that.
Yeah, yeah,
But social media, of course, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads. Although I'm not
yeah.
on Threads that much though, um, because I'm just busy. But yeah, I connect with them. I don't mind commenting back. I'll even go to your page, see what you have with friends on social media. I comment
Yeah.
on there. So just giving people uh, what they need, which is the thought of like this guy, he cares, man. Because I
Yeah.
care. I care about myself too, but I care
Oh
about
yeah.
everybody else also. And I
Yeah.
really care about women know that they're the prize. So
Hey, come
that's why
on.
we had to bring that song like that. Definitely. Yeah.
Now we know that you said that you're up and coming. If you look at the fans' point of view, craziest fan interaction that Ed has had throughout your career. Do you know it, or is it like, hey, we ain't got to that point where somebody came and drove my
Well,
car away? You know?
I hasn't been nothing crazy yet, but I do get people to reach out to me like on my web page or whatever and say something, and I get the message because I don't run my page. Somebody else runs it, which is well, I won't say who runs it, but she know who she
Yeah.
is. But well, you know what? I will say it. Let me just say the name Jennifer. I love
Okay.
her.
Hey, come on.
Yeah. So she'll let me know what somebody says or whatever, even if it's crazy, you know what I'm saying? Which hasn't been nothing too crazy like that though.
Yeah.
But just those interactions, I'll get the message,
Yeah.
and we'll respond back, stuff like that. But none of that jumping on me yet, chasing me down the street in the mall, stuff like that. That hasn't happened yet.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's a good thing too. I mean, whether it's negative or positive, I always tell people. I had a guy by the name on. He's actually a booking agent for music artists. You got to check out his podcast. Shout out to him, Corinthian Washington. He does booking for people all over the world for their band, artists, different things like
Mm,
that. But he had told me first bad review he got was up in New York, and everybody in his, his company was so upset with him. They have a multi-million-dollar company, and he
mm,
said I was just sitting there smiling, happy because the fact that my product got to New York, I can get
mm,
another 1,000 good reviews in New York, but the fact that it made it to New York just
mm,
showed me that it's branching out. I can fix a problem from it for anybody, but the
mm,
the fact that it's there, that's the prize in it.
mm.
So we look back on Ed's career so far. Biggest person that you have had the opportunity to open for in a concert, anywhere that you have done your music, who is that person?
I would say Sunshine Anderson.
Okay.
We're getting ready to start doing some shows because for a while I'm just doing my thing, navigating this whole thing with the music
Mm-hmm.
until Brian trying to reach back out to me and put me in a good situation. So we're actually going to start doing some shows here coming up, which thank God I ran into you, starting back up the podcast, all of the interviews, stuff like that. So I really, with that being said, I appreciate you for getting me on your session with you. So
Oh yeah.
I don't want to speak too, but we're starting a lot up now about doing the shows. So we're doing another interview coming up, you and I, and I'll let you know.
Hey, come on. Hey, come on. Hey, we
Yeah,
here for it. We here for it. So when we talk about your music, the music industry, your music, what is it that you hope to leave behind when it comes to the music industry?
just good vibes. Someone who has touched you the way you felt like you deserve to be touched, uh, emotionally, positiveness. Because everything I write, for the most part, is positive. I'll probably go in a little hard on the R. Kelly tip sometime
Hey,
with
come on.
my descriptions,
Hey, come on. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Hey,
but but it's good music. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So just leaving behind, some positiveness for people to, you know, live by, stand by, enjoy the music.
and one of the last questions I got for you, for anybody out there that's aspiring R&B artists, what kind of advice do you have for them?
To keep pushing because that really does work. You hear it all the time. Man, just keep on doing what you do. It's gonna work, but it actually does. So a good friend of mine told me that movement catapults you, and it really
Mhm.
does. It really does. I'm sitting here in front of you because I was moving and ran across you. Thank God for Jennifer.
Yeah. Hey, come on.
Yeah. Ran across you, and so it really does. It really does help. Just don't stop what you're doing. Just make good music, put it out, have the confidence in yourself that it is dope enough to get put out, which most likely it is for a lot of artists. Just put it out, work the record. Don't get yourself a yes guy. Get yourself a guy that's going to tell you what it really is. Um, and just keep on moving. Don't let nobody stop you, man, for real, because it really does work when you have a path that you're following. So just do what you got to do. keep on rocking. That's
Oh
how
yeah,
I, that's
I think
that's what I say.
that's definitely one of the biggest lessons I've learned throughout the different careers that I've had is some movement is better than no movement.
Right.
I always
That's
say,
right.
like, I've talked to a lot of different people, and they always say the same thing. One of the I'm not gonna mention his name, but a very well spoken person in the music industry told me there were many times in their career that they doubted themselves. They thought that they weren't
Mm-hmm.
gonna make it, and they remember one time being shut down by a big artist, and they wanted their buddy instead of them, and they went in an elevator, cried, and then they said they used it as motivation, and now they're where they at
Mm-hmm.
now. So I always say that, like you said, hit the nail on the head. Movement is better than no movement.
Mm-hmm. It's like
So
Kanye West said at one time too. Slow motion is better than no motion.
hey, come on,
You
hey,
know.
right,
So
right.
that's
So
true.
is there anything that Ed is working on right now? Anybody you want to give a shout out to? Anything like that?
I want to get a shout out to everybody. I dropped names in in the interview
Hey,
anyway.
come
So
on.
everybody who I said anyway, hey, I love y'all. For real, I appreciate y'all. But I will say once again, started off with my man Brian Turner, who put this joint together with the other prize. Shoot. So everybody, man, Jay Styles, Dre, Horace, Sunshine Anderson. I mean, Hickory, North Carolina, the support has really been lovely from them. Everybody just commenting on my social media when I post. Just everybody, man, everybody. It does not go unrecognized.
Hey,
So
come on.
yeah,
All right,
shout out
so
to you too. Shout out to you too. Let me shout out Jennifer too.
hey, come
Let
on.
me shout out Jennifer Dobbins. You know
Hey,
what
come on.
I'm saying? So yeah, I love you, girl. I'll talk to you soon. Let me go on and say that she is my cousin. She can't
Hey,
stand when I don't mention
hey,
her. So I'm
hey,
gonna
come
mention her.
on. Hey, you
Oh,
right.
why you? All right,
Hey.
yeah. But
So,
everybody
okay.
though.
Well, definitely. And I want to give you much success going forward. And I appreciate you coming on, having this conversation. It's a lot of
Hmm.
people out there that are going to be listening to it. And I guarantee the lessons and the stories and the things that you have said in here are going to resonate with a lot of different people. And I
Hmm.
always say the point of this is to inspire, to motivate, motivate to inspire. And I guarantee
Hmm.
that has happened today. So I definitely appreciate you coming on. If you need anything from me, let me know. And we
Right.
always a call away.
Right. And let me say this right here. You're the Prize, the new single, is on all streaming platforms.
Hey, come on.
Tidal, Spotify, Amazon Music, everywhere. Uh, what else is out there? Whatever it is, if you have it, I'm on it.
Hey, come make sure we tag all of that underneath the description as well. So anybody
That's
listening,
right.
all they gonna have to do is drop down to the description, hey, and they
That's
click
right.
one button, and then they're gonna be listening to the
You're the
next time
prize.
that they sit next to a lady. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right. Yeah, yeah. Throw that Ed Brown on. Put you in the
Hey,
mood.
come on.
For real, for real. And the visual video should be out. I think I think it's gonna come out tonight. So give
Okay.
it a couple of days, but it'll be out there. Y'all check me out. YouTube website. It's gonna be on my website also. So
Okay.
and that's edbrownofficial.com. Let me plug that in. Edbrownofficial.com. All right.
Hey, all right. Hey, come on.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
well, I definitely appreciate you coming on, and if you need anything from Life Untold or myself, make sure you reach out.
Definitely. Likewise. I appreciate you, bro. We'll talk
All right,
soon.
brother. All
All
right,
right.
send you.
Take care. Bye bye.